Hello and welcome to the Bobby Moore Stand. My name's Gary and welcome back. They're going to start doing some daily shows now because it's been a while. Sort of waited for the transfer window to kick into gear, and I think it's just starting to do that. Thank God. I mean, it's been long enough, isn't it? Well, we one of only 5 teams to have not made a signing until today when we signed Cummings from Celtic, young Cummings. So looks like a good young player, actually. I don't want to say one for the future because that's a bloody horrible thing to say. I hope he's one for this season and gets plenty of chances. But, he looks promising. 29 goals last season in Celtic's B team. Let's see what happens. He's signing up for the West Ham under-21s. So, let's see how that one works out. But one thing's for sure, we certainly need a number one striker or a number 1A to the 1B that we've got in Fulkrug. So the big news today was around the 20 million bid that was supposedly submitted for Diouf, and that is El Hadji Malik Diouf, the Senegalese international, Slavia Prague, dynamite left back. He's described as. He's a very good player, actually, very good. He would be an upgrade, a significant upgrade from both Emerson and Cresswell. I think we're gonna, it looks like this one's been put out there by Romano. We're going to go back in with another bid, hopefully another 3 or 4 million, and it will something will happen. Now the problem is with all this, we've got no money, but we're putting in bids. So I'm thinking that this Kudus to Tottenham deal or Kudus to somewhere else might be more advanced than we think, or we feel very, very safe in the fact that he's going. The fact that his agent is whoring him around to every club, notably of late Liverpool. He'll even take a pay cut to go to Liverpool. Apparently, he's that desperate. It's lovely to see him committed, old Kudus, after a season in the wilderness where he just couldn't bring himself to try. He's so fucking sulk all season. If that prick ends up at Spurs, well, I probably won't give him grief because I just can't bother doing that. But I know a lot of people who will. And he'll deserve it, arguably, because the guy's he played well for us for one season, checked out this season because he wanted to leave or he didn't have it. He was sulking because someone played him on the left. Moyes started that little trend when he let Fornals and whatever go, let all his left-sided players go. Then he put him out there. But unfortunately, Lopetegui continued doing it, and then Potter has as well. In part, it hasn't been exclusively that. They've switched him around quite a lot, but I think once you start sulking a player like that, he's lost his shit. He's got himself deliberately sent off and got double fucking banned. I'll never forget that. The big baby. He might as well have taken that stool and sat on it all fucking season. Waste of time. Piss off out of the club. No time for the geezer at all. No time at all. I may sound angry, but this whole thing has just pissed me off to see him all motivated to go and play for someone else. Oh, fuck off, mate. Right, anyway, by the way, this is the first show back in quite some time. I've done a couple of live shows lately, but we want to do daily shows now because of transfer update and everything else. We want good news. We want Kudus gone. We want money in. We want to sign players, right? And the noise is coming out. The kind of players we're being linked with now is a lot more interesting, a lot more viable as far as I'm concerned. They're not high-end top earners. These are probably in the Potter mold, actually. Potter and McCauley and one new bloke. I'll tell you about in a minute. But anyway, if you want to see if you watch this channel and if you like what we do, please could you subscribe to the channel, the Bobby Moore Stand here on YouTube. Give the video a like and hit the bell notification icon. It'd be really helpful. Thank you. So before we get on to that news about the, in fact, why no? Let's do it now. Backroom shake-up. So Spy Chief. This is a headline, right? Spy Chief Tramontano joins the Hammers. So it sounds a little bit cloak and dagger, doesn't it? But he's actually a very, very good scout in Italian football who we have procured from Fiorentina, our old foes from Prague. 36 years old. He's going to report into Kyle McCauley. So it looks like there's a bit of an empire being built in there, which is good. Seen as a major coup for the club because this guy he's not a pearl diver, but he does unearth hidden gems. All right. So very, very well rated in Italy by all accounts. But we got him, and the more people we can get who can find these sort of talents, the better. Because we, as you can see, we're not paying top dollar, are we? But after seeing the top dollar players really not try this year, I'd rather see us sign a 20 million left back. Sounds like not that much money these days, doesn't it? 20 million, but I'd rather see us sign a 20 million left back who's just making his way in the game, or some other young players, some players who can be molded and developed. Because your brain doesn't stop developing until you're 23. If you can get hold of them and really indoctrinate them at 19, 20, there's a chance that you might, you know, build some kind of affinity with the player, and they might want to play for us. One thing's for sure, they're going to get more playing time here than they would elsewhere, and that's really true. When we start talking about, there's a couple of players that we've been linked with, like Harvey Elliott from Liverpool and Man City, McAtee from Man City. Now, there's a rumor that he could go to Fiorentina of 17 million. We can't let that happen. But according to this report, apparently, Man City are demanding a buyback clause later on. I think that's fine. That's kind of normal as long as the buyback clause is set at a relatively good amount. So if he is successful, we haven't got to sell him back for 17 million. It should be sort of market rate, whatever we envisage that will be. Harvey Elliott just excites me. He really does. Well, they both do actually. It's really good. I mean, those two, and there is another under 21 player that we are. So first of all, Diouf is only 20 years old. We've just seen the England success in the under 21s in the Euros, and Vipa, this 6'3", he plays for Mainz, and a hugely promising 20-year-old scored in the final against England. Nelson Vipa. So 6'3", big lump, like a big lad up top, didn't you? And so he's surprisingly he scored a header in the final, right? So you wouldn't expect him to do anything else. I've never seen the guy play, but I am all in favour of good, proven young talent. Obviously not proven in the Premier League, but I'm sure you get enough highly talented footballers and with a sprinkling of experience in there as well. The right type of experience, the people that can lead and show players how to develop, with the right attitude, not the wasters like Alvarez, etc. Another one that wants out, by the way, has wanted out for over a year. Got himself sent off a couple of times as well. It's as if they were in some sort of union, some sort of sending off union. Another player, and this is, I've got to give credit, by the way, to Chris, the channel's ITK, for calling out Diouf last week when I didn't bloody know. I didn't know. So hot on the heels of that, it kept going on last week about we should buy Leicester's keeper. Well, apparently we're in for Leicester's keeper, Mads Hermansen. So Chelsea. They want another keeper. They haven't got enough. Got about 17. They want another one. So I think that is a hell of a lot of news. I think the backroom shake-up. There's a couple of bits of news. Sad that Antonio finally handed back his Claret and Blue shirt. He's gone on to, I think West Ham are going to support him until he gets back to full fitness. But I kind of expect him to do that anyway. He has played for Jamaica 3 times from the bench. Again, I think he'll do it right. I think he could play because he started late in football and he hasn't got any. I can't say he hasn't had any bad injuries. Of course he has, but I'm talking about to the knees. He hasn't had a knackered knee problem. A terrible ankle, something that won't recover. The problem he had was those repeated hamstrings from all that, where he changed his diet and it all came about. But what I'm saying is, he's a very fit guy. He ain't back to peak operating fitness yet. Don't care what anyone says, but he can run and he can play a game of football. Now it's a case of getting that sort of level of fitness and sharpness that he needs to play, I would say, championship football, or maybe with a promoted team or something like that. Who knows? But I don't see him starting 38 games a year. That's what I'm saying. Maybe bench would be right for him, and he'll earn enough money doing that, right? Shouldn't be a poor guy, that's for sure. Also, as well as Antonio, we said goodbye to because June the 30th was the very last day of their employment. It was Cresswell, Soufal, Kurt Zuma. came to an end. So did Lucas Fabianski and Danny Ings in brackets. So that's all goodness. There's so at last it's burst into life. I want to believe this, that we're going making bids. I really do. I'm not going to call it into doubt or anything because, frankly, I don't know. Nor does anybody else. So, you know, and I don't want to pour negativity on something that looks quite positive. So, let's hope it is. Let's hope it is. Let's hope that we can start putting this team back together into some sort of form where it can feasibly compete. You know. Because as we reviewed the team last week, it ain't looking that good at the moment, is it? Right? We just need more changes. By the way, I'm halfway through putting the studio. You know how hot it's been the last couple of days. Well, I was going to do one of these shows a couple of days ago. So bloody hot in this shed. It was like a sauna. Honestly, it was terrible. I could not come in here 2 days running. I'm off work, so I'm not working in here. Thank God. But that heat wave has just been miserable, and it's finally cooled down. And I'm making this tonight, so I managed to pull all the everything together, pull the lights in the right place. It's not quite how I want it yet, but at least it's working. It's operational. You know, you can hear me, you can see me. Got the old light back up as well. Look, it's come out of storage. I quite like it actually. I quite like it. It's nice to have your backlight. You know, it does different colours as well. Look, it does all sorts of different colours. Yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed this show and you want to see more just like it, please can you subscribe to the channel, The Bobby Moore Stand here on YouTube. Give the video a like, hit the bell notification icon. Until next time, see you soon. Come on, you ones.